All right, grade 7, we're going to be talking about two different concepts in this lesson. The first one is transversals. A transversal basically is a line that intersects one or more other lines on a plane. So if you're looking at this diagram below, the transversal in this example is this line right over here. Okay? And so what you're going to have is you're going to have corresponding angles. And a corresponding angle would be an angle that's on that line that's the same as another angle. So if you look at this one, 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. So are 3 and 7. That means they're exactly the same angle. So is 2 and 6 corresponding angles. And so are 4 and 8. So we have a whole bunch of corresponding angles. Alternate exterior angles. So if we're looking at alternate exterior angles, I'm going to change the color here so that you can see it slightly different. Alternate exterior angles. This is an exterior. It's on the outside. So one's an exterior angle, and the one that it corresponds to is 8 on the other side. That's going to be exactly the same angle. And you're going to see that we also have an alternate exterior angle here as well. So we put that in that color. And then the alternate interior angles, they are going to be the ones that are on the inside. So 3 and its alternate being 6. And then you have 4 and its alternate being 5. That's really what it wants to do, is talk about transversal. Transversal is that line. Okay? So when we look at our practice set, that should help us looking at corresponding angles as well as looking at alternate angles. So it asks us name 4 pairs of corresponding angles. So the first one we're going to look at V. So we got V and T. So we have angle V and T. That's 1. And we have angle U over here, and its corresponding an angle S. We also have angle Z and angle X, Z and X, so those angles, and angle Y and angle W. Alternate right angles, so I'll just circle those first. So we got V, or interior, sorry. The first question is interior angles. So we're going to look at U, which is the alternate. It'll be on the opposite side. So we have angle U and X, and then we should have another set as well. That'd be Y and T. Angle Y and T. 2 pairs of alternate angles that are exterior. So we have V and W, and we have angle Z and angle S. So that takes care of all of our exterior angles. So now it really looks at asking us the next question, saying that if angle W is 80 degrees, what is the measure of each of the other angles? So let's see if we can clean this all up. So it says, let's read it carefully, W is 80 degrees. I'm just going to clean up some of this stuff over here. Okay, so we're going to just put that on there and show you how this works. So if this is, W is 80 degrees, where are the other 80 degrees that we are going to find here? Well, we know that this one's going to be 80 because they're opposites. We know that this one's going to be 80 because that's corresponding angle, and that would mean that this one's 80 as well. And seeing that this is a straight 180 degrees, that would give you all of the angles for all of the other ones as well. This one would be 100, this one would be 100, this one would be 100, and this one will be 100, because they all have to equal 180. And you can see how that would all work out because a circle should be 360 degrees. And guess what? It equals 360 degrees. So that kind of gives you the proof of how that works. So the other angles, so you would have S, X, U, Z equal 100. And you'd have V, Y, T, W equal 80 degrees. Okay, the next concept in the lesson here is, as you see on the... All right, grade 7, here we continue on with part 2, really, of your lesson today, but I thought I'd do this just in the practice set. So what we're looking at with the simplifying an expression or simplifying an equation is how to figure out what W is. Now, if you think about W's as like terms, that probably make it easier. So we have 3 W's plus another W, so we have 4 W's. So we wind up getting 4 W's minus 10. You see how I got that? I grab this 3W and I grab this plus W, and I have 4W minus 10 equals 90. The next thing that we would have to do with this is get rid of the 10 on this side. So in order to do that, we have to add 10 here, we have to add 10 here. So we get, as a result, 4W equals 100. And then we'd have to divide both sides by 4, because whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So W then will equal 25. And here we have the answer. All right, moving to the next one. Again, collect the like terms. We have x, we have x, we have 2x. And you notice this has got a plus x. This is like a plus x as well, because it's a positive x. And this is a plus x. So really what we have is x plus x is 2x, plus another 2x. We wind up getting 4x. And then you see we have a plus 10 minus 10. Well, that equals 0. So really we're at 4x equals 180. Okay, 180 we have to divide by 4, because both sides we have to divide by 4. So if you look at 180 divided by 4, we wind up getting 4, 16, 20, 45. So x equals 45. The next one's different, because you'll notice we have a y on this side and we have a y on this side. So really what we want to do is make sure that we collect our terms. So we want to get rid of the y on this side. So we got to take away the y on this side, which means we have to take away a y on this side as well. A little bit different, yes. So what we wind up getting as an equation is 2y plus 5 equals 25, or negative 25, because you keep that negative in there. So in order to get rid of this 5 on this side, we have to take away 5. So we take another 5 away from this one, and that gets us to 2y equals negative 30. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is divide them both by 2, and we get y equals negative 15. Looks like I put my work a little bit tight here. Let's put a little bit more room in between so that we can fit this a little easier. All right, so H, why don't you try it on your own, see if you can figure it out. Hit pause, continue on after you figured it out. All right, here we go. So we have 2n on this side, we have to take away 2n, and we have to take away 2n. So that winds up getting us to 2n minus 5 equals 3. To get rid of the minus 5, we have to plus 5 and plus 5. 2n equals 8. Sorry, the equals are not showing up nice. Then we have to divide by 2, and we figure out that n equals 4. Alright, moving on to I. I is a little bit different, because you have to remember the distributive property of multiplication first. We have to do the stuff that's in the brackets first, which means that we have to go 2 times x and 2 times negative 4. That's going to change your answer. So what you wind up having before you start is 3x minus 2x plus 8, because remember it's a negative 2 times a negative 4, equals 32. All right, so the 3x minus 2x gives me x plus 8 equals 32. And then we have to take away 8 from this side, take away 8 from this side. X is going to equal 24. And that figures out I. Let's move on to J. Remember, we have to do 2 times x, 2 times negative 4. So we wind up having 3x equals 2x minus 8. We want to get rid of the 2x on the one side, so we subtract 2x here, we subtract 2x here. So we get x equals negative 8. And there's your practice set for you, grade 7. Make sure you do the even numbers, and if you have any questions, I'll be available on